ASEAN is the regional organization established in 1967. At that time, composed of 6 member countries as founding fathers, and then now it enlarged 10 member countries spreading in the region. From Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, Brunei, the Philippines, Thailand, Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam. So 10 member countries. All in all, we have 600 million population, which is also big market. And ASEAN now, the evolution of ASEAN, more or less we learn lessons from the EU process, and our leaders already pledged that in 2015 we will have community, like the one you already adopted, the EU community, and we have also ASEAN community. From our surveys before, we don't have any traditional context amongst us. From our tradition, like Indonesia, we were colonialized by the Dutch. So our relationship more with the Dutch. The Philippines more with the Spanish. So amongst us, very limited. That's why after we develop gradually, and after we understand that now we have already almost similar on standardization of the quality of goods and services, we agreed to implement the ASEAN Economic Community. So this is to assure that all the flows of goods and services will be free. To support the realization of the ASEAN community, our leaders agreed that connectivity is very important. Without connectivity, the potentials of our region cannot be explored. That way, connectivity become the priority agenda of ASEAN. So today's seminar is to inform all partners here, potential partners, about the potentials of ASEAN. Such as, we have minimum 3 connectivities, physical, and then people to people and institutional. For physical, we learn from your EU process. You open also even the EU highways with all the codes. It is highways with standard. After Spain joined the EU in 1981, you also have that standardization of highways for connectivity. So Spain will have connection with other region in the EU. That's the same with ASEAN. If you have a good free trade agreement, such as with Vietnam, you have strategic partnership agreement with Vietnam. All the goods or services that you already invest in Vietnam, you may freely export to ASEAN member countries, not only in Vietnam. That's why I recommend all the Spanish companies, please open in one of our member countries, because you will take the benefit of our free trade area. So the economic community is also free trade area for ASEAN. So like Mango and Zara, they have fabrication in Indonesia. They may also sell their products to ASEAN member countries with all the benefit of free trade arrangement. So that's why the connectivity should support each other. So the idea of our leaders, all the ASEAN agenda should support each other. Not only support within the ASEAN activities, within the ASEAN trading, within the ASEAN investment, but also with ASEAN and others, because ASEAN is members of the global community. ASEAN is also a member of the global market. We have free trade agreements with non-ASEAN member countries. So that's why this ASEAN Economic Community or ASEAN Connectivity started in 2015, and the vision for 2025 is also to make staging. So because we have to move comfortable for all member countries. Like Singapore, they cannot go alone. They have to wait until other member countries is ready to move together. That's why we need 10 years from 2015 to 2025. Well, Indonesia, I'd like to assure you, we are really a dynamic market. We have, out of 250 million population, 65 million of them are young executive. They have good education, good salary, good habit, well educated, sometimes Western educated. So that's why the mobile phone is the biggest market in the world is in Indonesia. So we are really a dynamic market. It's Indonesia first. And secondly, we already adapted, our economy is open economy. And then we already, the regulates of our investment. So the new president supervised by himself the implementation of the regulation of investment to make our investment also interesting for foreigners.